Hello and good afternoon. Joe Justice here, coming to you live from Charleston, West Virginia. I am your Kanawha Valley Hustler. You are Kanawha Valley Hustlers because you're listening to the Kanawha Valley Hustlers podcast. I want to let you know, as a reminder, coming up next in the next couple of weeks on September 19th will be the Up Next Charlie West Professional Development Series, where I will be presenting my presentation on the inoculation against agency BS or savvy spins for your marketing dollar. Call it whatever you want to call it. Basically, if you've spent any money on advertising or you're looking to spend any money on advertising and you're not sure if you're getting your money's worth, this is the presentation you're going to want to see. You're going to want to sign up. Click on the link. It's in the comments or it's in the description. You will want to come to it. In less than an hour, I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know to figure out whether or not you're actually getting your money's worth and how to improve your ad spends so that you can be sure, to take advantage of all of the advertising opportunities that are out there. Because let me tell you something, there's never been a better time for advertising. You've got everything from traditional print, billboards, broadcast, all the way to all kinds of digital media platforms that didn't exist before. So there's lots of ways to reach your audience. So you just got to figure out how and what to do as far as that goes. So I want to welcome today to the show a great guest that I'm very excited about. I'm excited about all the guests. I say that with every single time I say I'm excited about this guest, and it's always true. I'm always excited when people come on, when we have the Kanawha Valley Hustlers popping on. And I want to introduce everybody here to Melissa Pemberton. Melissa is an account manager with Prosource, and she's going to tell us a little bit about Prosource and what they do. So with that said, Melissa, tell me, what's your hustle?
All right. So hustle, hustle, hustle. That's what life is all about for sure. So I am an account manager with Prosource. We are a business technology company that specializes in copier and printers. I call myself the copier and printer warrior. So every business needs some type of copier and printer, and it's always better, more cost effective, more efficient to go with a company like Prosource. Some things that set us apart is our service. My service guys are absolutely amazing. They are have been with us for 30 years. They care about their customers. We pay our service technicians a little different, because printers and copiers are great when they work, but they will break. So when they break, you need to make sure that you have a company that's going to get there, take care of it, and care about the uptime of their machine. So we pay our service technicians on the uptime of their machine. So when they come, they don't just fix the problem that you called in, but they also fix future problems so that you can be up and your machines can be up so you can spend more time on your customers and worrying about your business. So we are super excited about giving the best experience in the West Virginia market.
So listen, I want to ask you, because I had Angelica on last week and she was talking an awful lot about women-led businesses and things like that. And I happen to notice that in your industry, there's not a whole lot of women. So have you found that to be true? Is that common? Is your industry pretty male dominated?
Yeah, it's pretty male dominated. I love my women, but it can be sometimes challenging working in a male dominant industry, but I absolutely love the challenge. I love building relationships. I think that is kind of what sets me apart, is really becoming friends and being that advocate, being that customer obsession part. And I am happy to say, I'm going to brag on myself a little bit, but the last 3 years, I have won our sales trip that we get when we hit our quota, and I would not be able to do that without my amazing clients that continue to trust me day and day. But I have been the only woman at all those sales trips since I've won in the 7 years I've been there. So that's really, really cool. We get to bring our spouses. So I get to hang out with all the salespeople wives and get to know them. And then I get to I usually bring my sister with me, but it's really cool to, hit that milestone of being a woman in a male dominant industry and being successful. And I wouldn't be able to do that without my people that helped me get there.
That is absolutely incredible. And I know, I'm in the technology space and you're in the technology space. And a lot of people probably think it's the latest and the greatest and the slickest and the coolest technology that always wins the day. But it really comes down to relationships, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, relationships. I mean, just because you meet somebody, you may not be a good fit, but you don't know who they will be able to help you get in contact with and be able to help within their printers and copiers. And that's kind of my spot. I love building relationships. I love being able to just go above and beyond and giving them the best experience in the industry.
And beyond relationships, I know, Melissa, you spend a lot of time in community outreach. Can you tell us a little bit about your efforts in community outreach?
Yeah, so BNI, I'm not sure if anybody's heard about Business Networking International, but I'm a part of the Capital City BNI group in Charleston, also a director consultant with a couple other groups, Tri-State Diamonds and Pinnacle chapter in the Huntington area. And they really focus on givers gain. And, I'm also part of the Charleston Rotary group. So I really try to, support all networking events because, if you attend those, you get to know the people in the community. You can understand how you can help other people. And the cool thing about Prosource, and I'll brag on them for a few minutes, is they give us 72 hours a month to go and volunteer in a nonprofit or any community organization that we want to. So one thing that I like to do is I like to go and speak at either churches or organizations. I know I spoke at the Leadership Canal right before COVID to share my story on hope on addiction and domestic violence. I was in a car accident when I was 19, never done a drug in my life, but like many other West Virginia folks, a doctor overprescribed you. I got addicted, got fired from teaching, lost my career, still wasn't my rock bottom. That was back about 13 years ago when addiction recovery wasn't really big in the West Virginia area. And so went out to California, got clean, then met a guy that was in a Latin King gang member. He burnt my apartment down, was physically abusive to me. So got out of that. And now I go around and share my story so I can give hope and hopefully give hope to our community. And Prosource allows us to do that. So I get real excited about doing that and be able to share hope with other people.
That's great. And I know that's really rewarding to be able to share your experiences and stuff. And I feel like, you tell me if this is true, but I feel like when people are able to connect, it's one thing for a doctor that, appears to have a perfect life and everything to tell them something. But when they connect with someone that's been through it, it's different, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and addiction does not discriminate. If that's addiction from alcoholism, drugs, pornography, shopping, addiction. We all have some type of addictions, and sometimes it can ruin your life. And it's just really hitting it head on and being able to share your experience, strength, and hope. I never saw my parents do a drug. I came from a great home, and it just held against me, and opiates was my thing. And the one moment I got that in my body, I felt like a totally different person. And I was functioning for a long time, but eventually it caught up with me. So I really truly believe that God didn't bring me through that. And a lot of people don't make it out. A lot of people either end up in jail or dead. And so my hope is that being able to work for Prosource and being able to share my story and working for a company that supports you and helping other people and really believe in giving back to your community is huge. And I feel like I'm right where I need to be. BNI Capital City saved me during COVID because it was very struggling and challenging. I never think about getting high. That was the first time, honestly, I thought about it. And, without my community and being ingrained in that and having a network, people like yourself and many people in the community that was able to, reach out to me and able to be there for me during that time and allow me to help other people, it helped me stay clean. And it just made me realize that you are who you surround yourself around. And when you surround yourself around awesome, amazing people, and when you help other people and really focus on the good for the great, then in the end, you will be blessed tenfold. And so I just really, truly enjoy making a difference, making an impact, getting to know by building relationships and seeing how I can help other people.
Well, Melissa, believe it or not, we are up against our time already. This has gone by super fast. I really appreciate you coming on today. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with before we sign off on this Friday?
No, just go out there, help as many people as you can, love on people, be kind, and I'm telling you, you will live a life of happiness. It's not about what you have, it's who you have in your life that will make a difference.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hang on for just a second. I'm going to say goodbye to the listeners, and then I will be right back to say goodbye to you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening. I want to remind you guys about the presentation I've got coming up on the 19th with Up Next Charlie West. The link is in the comments. Hope that you get a chance to do that. Like I say, if you know anybody that spent any money on advertising or is thinking about spending money on advertising, I want you to let them know about this, and I want you to come join us. It's going to be a great presentation for everybody. I want to thank Melissa for being on today, and I want to remind you all to hustle hard, hustle smart, and hustle with a smile. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.